Good morning. I've been having second thoughts about this. Thinking, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing here. But I had already made out a bunch of topics for the project to kind of give me a pathway. So I'm just going to use those as prompts and just journal in this as a prompt. And not try to make up a story, anything crazy. I do have like page numbers. So this is I might just skip around. Like here, page 5, I thought could do snow or icing or something like that. With this guy coming through the trees. And it says, this is why you come here. The rest is icing. I thought that was great. I had pretty much taken the color from his snowsuit and covered up the wording about how many acres of trails there are to ski on and the powder conditions and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to fast forward. I don't know what I'm going to do. Can we collage with a prompt of icing? Like ice, not frosting icing. Huh, I'll have to think about that. Scratch that whole thing. I cannot get the vibe going at all. It's not even close. But I did get an order from By Bun. She had a new Etsy update. And her stuff is... I mean, she's artistically trained and artistically talented. Intuitively, and I'm not. But her packaging is superb. She decorates the envelopes. She's got great packing tape. She said she's going to start selling her packing tape in her store. It's some kind of like strapping tape that you wet. It's super strong. And then her stickers, of course. Her label sticker. But I got the Little Book of Ghosts, which is her newest zine. Oh, the detail is crazy. And these are dreams that she's had, which is wild. I guess she closed this. She did. Little Book of Ghosts. The Shadow, the Bride, the Girl in the Brick Building, the Boy in the Hallway, the Little Red Book, the Wife. Oh, and she even put her little initials. I love these little ghosts. And then 2 Weeks in May is another one. Which I can't get open. Oh, I'm ripping the washi tape. It's not ghosty, though. She's coming up with her own washi tape. But she's a perfectionist, and she's perfecting it a little bit more. 2 Weeks in May, 2017, I went through a creative depression. This zine is about that experience. It stabbed me from out of nowhere. Maybe that's what I meant. I felt helpless, broken, angry, sad, frustrated, withdrawn. I cried a lot and prayed to creative saints begging my art back. It didn't matter what I did. Everything I touched fell apart. I put my face in my hands and thought my days as an artist were over. 14 days later, I woke up and made this zine. Don't worry, you'll wake up too. Maybe that's what I need. These were a treat to myself. And then I bought some of her postcards, which was like an ephemera pack for her. But they're done on such quality. I mean, oh my gosh, the quality. And granted, she's way, way creepier than me. But it's really kind of cool in a strange sort of way. The Beverly Wilshire Hotel Chambermaids. Oh, wow. A bat. Crazy elephant. Crazy girl. She does all these marks and stuff that I could never do. Hey, what about winter songs? Like the lyrics from winter songs? I could get in trouble for that. But this is... Oh, what? There's something else in here. Ooh. The moon. Ooh. It's got bugs on it. Jose Naranja was doing bugs the other day. Oh, I think this is a sticker. Okay, that might inspire me a little bit. I'm going to think on this and come back. Okay, so I'm back, and I wrote down some lyrics from a song from Foreigner. I already forgot what they are. I guess they really stuck it in my head. It happens all the time. You're willing to leave the world behind. You're closing the door. You're as cold as ice. I think, and I mixed it up accidentally. It happens all the time. You're willing to leave the world behind. You're as cold as ice. Behind, you're closing the door. Something like that. It works for me. I did this on a scrap of paper out of a little journal that I had played with paint. And I am actually just turning these into art journal statements that kind of reflect the picture or the wording that's going to be in this brochure. Using lyrics from songs. I think. Remember when I said it was a journal experiment? This is a real experiment. I have been inspired by Bun, and she is totally an artist, and totally, trust me, I know I'm not an artist, but you can't try unless you try. You can't be unless you try. I'm gonna try. And I'm not aspiring to get to her level with one project. I know. I have made progress in my years as a journaly lady, journaler. Uh, I have a long ways to go, but I have no goal in mind except to entertain myself and have fun and touch paper and paint and glue and all that we use every day, ink, everything, ephemera, everything, every day. And I do. And so to me, I've reached my goal. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to set higher goals for myself currently, as well as still having fun. But I had fun here, and I kept going back to her zines and trying to see, because she's got so many layers, and her projects involve an incredible amount of work. She doesn't sit here in 30 minutes and come up with stuff like I do, obviously. And she practices and she journals about it, and she experiments, but you can't get anywhere unless you experiment with this project. And so I'm experimenting. This is me experimenting. You're watching me experiment in a journal. And this is a huge experiment for me, and half the time I'm losing things, but that's okay. I eventually find them. My original idea was going to be like having this skier come out of a paint tube, and that's where I started going, I don't know how to do this. I'm not clever enough to do this. I can't do this. I'm mad. I want to have fun. I went through like 15 emotions in 20 minutes. Kind of like what her zine said. But I'm kind of disguising the lyrics here with snowflakes. And then there's another thing that said, the little stamp said something about leaving behind. Winter. Winter. These are winter days. So I'm using winter stamps, and I think these are Ali Edwards and or Dilutions and or Cocoa Daisy. And I think I'm saying and a lot. I'm floundering, but I'm thinking I'm going to find my way through this journal. And I do have to have some kind of outline, some kind of. I have found that out about myself in my journaling. I'm stamping world here because part of the lyrics say leaving the world behind, and he's leaving the world behind him in those trees. It's kind of how I connected all that in my head. It works. Um, those ephemera pieces is a piece of a world, galaxy, and deer, which I'm imagining he's leaving deer behind too in that forest somewhere. Um, a map of a world, a piece of ephemera, lyrics, music sheet, um, and just completely and utterly playing, having fun. And do I need an excuse to do this? No. Why do I feel like I have to explain all this? I don't know. Um, I don't. And I found another piece of orange something or other in my scrap stuff here on my desk. And that's seashells. But when you put it all together, you can't tell that it's seashells. I still have a pieces of seashell stickers that I made with a sticker sheet and printed at home. And I still have some of that stuff left. So I need to include it all in something. Because, I mean, I've got tons of that kind of stuff from past. I've got Christmas stuff everywhere here still from Dickens. Um, and I to me, this is playing in an art journal at its finest. And my art journal happens to be a brochure from a trip I took in 1999. And I'm using the pages as a jumping off point. And now that I kind of have a thought process and maybe kind of do it in a style of Bun, which is super layered, super chaotic. Hers is very organized and thought processed out. Mine is not. But I might play in it a little bit more and give myself a better base than what I have. Um, but I don't know. It's an experiment in a journal. So come back tomorrow and see what I come up with.